traders, welcome to the TMT Stock Market Strategy video for Friday, August 19th. All right, so a whole lot of nothing yet again, and that's what the markets are giving us. We are in the summer doldrums of August. We have a few more weeks of this low volatility environment. I do suspect that we should be picking up volatility rather quickly. We're going to get right into it. Not much to show you today other than I'm going to go through the indices, show you where we are. We still have bullish configuration on the charts. We are still have a bullish bias, and the trend is still up. But again, we have to be cognizant of what's going on around us, and you could see SPX and the average true range. Another good way of gauging volatility is at extreme lows yet again. And when you see this here, you have the sell-off. You have here, you had a sell-off. Then you here had another little sell-off, and then here. That's when the market started ticking up. You could see that market actually sold off really hard. Same thing. So we are at these extreme complacency lows, and we have to be cautious of what's happening. Now, does that mean that we go out and sell the market? No, of course not. You guys have been following the videos, and I see a lot of good comments and guys that sending me emails and comments on Google Plus, which I'm excited about. I'm glad you guys are doing well with it. Now, we are at a cooling off period, if you will, a quiet period in the markets where we need to understand that. Now, you want to go out and take a short position or a long position, and you have enough capital to back you while you ride the wave of, let's say, low volatility and market doesn't go anywhere. That's one thing. But if you're day trading, then you have to be very, very careful and very tight with your stops and what's going on in the marketplace. And you can see here again, Bollinger Bands. Here's the VIX, the VIX. You could see we have positive divergence that is building in the MACD, CCI, and of course RSI up here, and we have really, really, really tight Bollinger Bands. And I mentioned that we had that move lower. I want to see like a full candle out of that band, and then the next day back in the band. That'll give us a buy signal for the VIX and of course the VXX system. I'll show that to you next. And you could see we're just deteriorating here, guys. I mean, it's just really terrible. I mean, we had the reverse split at 37.20. We tried to get up there a couple times, and it's just they just keep shorting this VXX, which is I think is extremely dangerous. There's a ton of shorts out here, a big short interest in the VXX, and when that gives, guys, when that gives way, forget it. And that's when I've seen it many times when we have these explosive moves to the upside, and it just keeps going for 3, 4, 5 days where now you're down $10 and then 20 and then 30. So be very careful. I would not be shorting the VXX. I'd be a better buyer. We have positive divergence again yet on the RSI, stochastics, and the MACD. So just give you a quick heads up. All right, dollar putting some good bid into the commodity sector. You can see here we're starting to break down. Looks like 24 is going to be the spot in the UUP. And we do have momentum indicators, our MACD and RSI, as you can see, pointing lower. So nothing good here. Wouldn't be catching a falling knife. But remember, guys, when we get fear back into the markets, okay, and the markets start to see some selling, and you will see that one day, at one point in time, I don't know if it's going to be in my lifetime, but you will see markets sell off again. And when that does happen, you're going to need a catalyst. Everybody's going to run to the almighty buck, and I think that's when we start moving higher in the buck. But until that happens, I would not be getting long the dollar now, since we broke bullish symmetry of higher highs and higher lows, and of course our moving averages were all in line with bullish symmetry as well. Now we got the crossover, so now we're starting to roll back down again. So I would stay away from that at the moment. Next is going to be the GDX, and again, if you have some fear in the markets, GDX and the GLD will be bid up. So it's a tough short trade, although we see our indicators starting to roll over here. And yes, we're looking at a 38% retracement, or more like a 61.8% retracement. Now I'm going to be that's going to be my buy-in areas. Start looking to nibble into the GDX. For a day trade, sure, I would look to short GDX. And we had some great levels in GDX in the premier videos where a lot of the subscribers did well with. GLD double top measures down to right around at 120.50 area. So that's going to be really the spot where I would looking to buy gold in that area here. You could start at the 38% retracement right here at 125.50, but I'm looking at 120.50 if in fact it goes, because if something happens and we get a catalyst of the markets looking to sell off, I don't think you're going to see that. So just keep taking one step at a time, guys. All right, we have the TLT, lower lows and lower highs, right? We had that M top formation, measures right down to that 38%, which comes right around that 134, which lines up perfectly with the uptrend line here. And of course, this descending triangle. So let's see if we get a target down here. I'd like to see us pop back up into here, not taking this swing high out, and then look to short. Okay, so if that does happen, of course, I'll put some levels out for you guys. All right, let's get right into the indices. We are on our fifth wave. Okay, you could count the five waves: one, two, coming in, three, four, and then five. Now, this is the only problem: is when does it stop? When does the fifth wave stop? So we have a gap fill area here. This is the important area: 120, 24, excuse me, 214.50 is really the big one to alleviate any downside, excuse me, any upside pressure. We need the markets to actually close below 214.50, okay, in order for us to get to at least a 210 print, and even then would be bullish. And it's just insane how the markets are so well bid up. Every time there's a little bit of a pop lower, the markets run right back in again. And again, whether it be plunge protection team or the government or whatever, it seems so. Um, what's the word I'm trying to use? So predictable that you're going to buy the dip, and that's going to end one day, and we don't know when, but at one point it is going to end. In the meantime, keep trading the strategy, your strategy. Keep trading your plan if you're doing well, and if you're not doing well, you might need to change or adapt the plan very little. You don't want to alter something that's been working for you. Big bearish rise and wedge. You could see here we did break out, and now we're kind of back testing, which is fine. We just don't want to get back into the wedge formation. We get that. We get back to that, then this wedge is negated, and then we start to move higher yet again. All right, so 60-minute view. Transports, you can see here, had a good day today. Still have negative, negative momentum with our oscillators, but now we need to take out this important swing high. If we could take that out, then I think maybe transports start to move higher, which that would put a bid into, of course, equities. IWM had a good couple of days. As you can see, money flowed into IWM today. But look what's happening here. We're not moving anywhere with our oscillators. So lots of cracks, guys. Lots of warning signs. And they can be alleviated, but you know what I'm saying. Just use caution. TMT trading model is still neutral with a slight bearish tone. If we get a couple of down days, it would probably trigger a big sell in the market, our trading model. But right now, it's still neutral with slightly bearish tone. And here you go. Here we're still inside this uptrend channel. Need to crack that 2 days below it, and then I'd say we get right to that price channel here. So let's see what happens, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the day, and remember, it's Friday. Get a couple of good trades in the morning. Go out into the beach. Go play some golf. It's definitely well worth it. September's around the corner, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the weekend.